Hi, all 100 plus viewers we've got here at home, not at school. It's good to see all your faces, and welcome to our 2020 Band and Color Guard COVID-19 online. Hopefully, this is the only time we ever have to do this award ceremony. Before we get into the meat of this thing, I want to start by thanking Mr. Edmondson from our technology department at the district office. We had some technical difficulties today, and he switched us over to be able to make this happen through Zoom tonight. So a big thank you to him. Before we move on to thanking other groups of people, I want to take a second to thank all of our teachers. So the gang's all here. So if I zoom around this way, we got Mr. Vargas, we got Mr. Gabrielson, we got Mr. Dewhurst. So, normally we're all like standing up there together, doing this thing together, but only my fat face will fit on the screen. So you're stuck with me. So we're gonna record this. So just heads up, if your video is showing up on the side of the screen, just know that you could be on video. So this is the station identification to make sure to keep it clean and appropriate. And then once we're done, we'll record this and post it on YouTube so people who were unable to check it out this way can watch this later on. So big thank you to our teachers this year, Mr. Dewhurst, Mr. Vargas, Mr. Gabrielson, Sean, Chris, Race, Lynette, John, Dakota, Miss Newby, Mrs. Harrison, Mr. Golden, and then I know I'm forget Caesar, everyone who's helped us out this year, Cameron, for all the work that they've done with you guys in the band. A big thank you. I'm going to get the thank yous all out of the way. So later on in this little presentation, you'll see a slideshow. So a big thanks to Mr. Neufeld for putting that together for us. We've got a little bit of a teaser trailer coming up at the end here for hopefully what will happen in the fall. So a big thanks to Caleb Brosnac for putting that together for us. And now we're going to kind of get things going. So this was an interesting year. It had lots of challenges, all different kinds of challenges. But the good news is when we had a chance to be together as a band, I thought we did an outstanding job and we had a lot of success. And I felt like we did lots of things that were really good and we did it together. So that's awesome. And that's all I want to say about that for right now. So we're going to get into this thing. First thing I want to do, I want to thank all of our parent volunteers. So we have so many parent volunteers. The school knows and the band knows that we can't do anything without the help from all of our families. So this is really awkward talking to a screen. I really love this night when we can usually get together and sit around some tables, have dinner, and then we're all there together to celebrate each other. I can't see you, but just to all of the parents that are watching right now who've helped out, whether it's been with, ironing a uniform, filling up water bottles, staying overnight on trips, whatever you're helping with the crab feed, whatever you've done, just thank you so much for all of your help and helping our students have a fun time being part of the band here at Clovis North. Now what we're going to do is we're going to thank some senior parents specifically. So not only do we have seniors graduating tonight, but their parents graduate with them. So I want to start with thanking Mrs. Berryhill. If we can give like a yay or some type of applause at home for all of the help that Miss Berryhill's given to us the last few years. She's really done just about anything that we ask and need, and then stuff that we don't even know we need. She's been real influential in helping set up all the band nights. She's been a uniform mom and a chaperone for forever. So Mrs. Berryhill, thank you for all of your help and support with the band. Next, we've got Mrs. Diaz, another one. How about air hands or big claps? All right, woot woot. This is awkward. So this is really weird. So Mrs. Diaz, she's been another person that's just done multiple things and is always helping out the band. She's organized so many fundraisers. I can't even count how many fundraisers she's helped with and has just been there on trips and behind the scenes with the band. So thank you, Mrs. Diaz. Next, Mrs. Glick. She's graduating with Ashley tonight. Yeah, air applause, big claps. We get to have her around for a while longer because we've still got Owen in the band, but Ashley is graduating this year, and she's again been kind of a behind the scenes help with a lot of the fundraisers that we've done. So thank you, Mrs. Glick. Next, Mr. Hazelrig. Big hands, big claps for Mr. Hazelrig. We could do the hokey pokey. Mr. Hazelrig, again, he's been kind of the coordinator of our chaperones for a few years and has been a big help with that and getting kids on buses and off buses and making sure at football games and everything we're taken care of. And he's just been good support for parents and students in the band. So thanks so much, Mike, for all of your hard work. Next, Mr. Lalagian. Mr. Lalagian, yep, yays and claps for Mr. Lalagian. He's helped out a lot with percussion, pretty much anything percussion-wise help we need. He's been part of the pit crew for forever during marching band and during the winter percussion season, and he's been a big help just problem-solving some things for that group. So thank you so much, Mr. Lalagian. Next, we've got Mr. Mamura. Air hands, bronco clap for Mr. Mamura. I think Mr. Mamura has done the best job of about any parent I've ever seen cataloging what an almost full year in the life of a band student is. I just can't thank him enough for capturing so many things that we did this year in such a great fashion. I think everyone who's seen all those videos and pictures will remember them for a long time and like it. And I'm hoping that Mr. Mamura would like to come back as an alumni parent and continue being part of that cataloging for us. We'll talk about that later. Next up, we have Mrs. Tyra. So Mrs. Air cheers, some claps for Mrs. Tyra. Mrs. Tyra has been a chaperone through 2 students, Cynthia and then Robert's graduating tonight. She's always been around getting to know the students and helping take care of them as we need. So thank you so much, Mrs. Tyra. These are our graduating senior parents who needed some recognition. So if you're there, give a couple big rounds of applause in your houses for them. Raise the roof for these parents. Okay, next, what we need to do is there's one parent who isn't leaving yet, but needs a lot of thanks and appreciation, and that person is Mrs. Curtis. Big cheers for Mrs. Curtis. The crowd's going wild on my screen. CB, Sean, clap. CB, I can see you. Sean, clap. Okay, so Mrs. Curtis has been our booster chair. This is the end of her 4th year being our booster chair, and this is going to be her last year as our booster chair, but I know she's not going to go away and just disappear. I needed to take a minute to talk about her because this is the end of my 19th year being a teacher. And in those 19 years, I've never had a parent or really any parent, or especially someone who's been willing to take over our boosters and run with it, who's taken such good care of the students, such good care of the staff, such good care of the teachers, and has just genuinely cared so much about the band and all the things that we do. She took a parent group that was a little bit disjunct, not super organized, and has run with it and gotten such a fantastic group of parents together to help do so many things, support our students, feed the band, run fundraisers, just be around to take care of all of us and make sure that we have everything that we need. So she set some new standards, and she's really helped the band move in a positive direction on the parent side. She's kind of been around most of the activities, the big stuff that we've done, so she's kind of seen it all. And if Mrs. Curtis was here right now, I'd give her a big hug and say thank you so much, and everyone should give her a big, gigantic standing ovation for all the work that she's done as our booster chair. So thank you, Mrs. Curtis, for all of your help. And there they go. The crowd's going wild. Okay, moving on. We're going to acknowledge some people who earned their varsity letter for this year. So to earn your varsity letter, you have to earn 100 points in different fashions throughout the year. And one thing I like so much about the Varsity Letter for Band, and one thing I like about music in general, excuse me, is that to be a varsity letter recipient in band or athletics, you have to kind of excel at that activity. And the way that we're different in music is that you don't necessarily have to be the biggest one, the fastest one, or the smartest one. You just have to be a dedicated musician who's great at what you do and works really hard. So we have some freshmen who are receiving letters. We have some sophomores, juniors, and seniors, but I really like that we have this requirement here, and it's a great way to honor some students who go above and beyond for our music program. So here we go. I'd like to congratulate Lael Barcelos, Cameron Black, Emma Chen, Madison Eaton. Oh, let's do this. If you can see me, let's do the one clap after I read a name. You won't be able to hear each other, but you can see each other do the one clap. So Madison Eaton, Nicolina Gravlin, Jaron Jamito. Get those one claps. Cooper Klassen, Jacob Kleiser, Jack Lawrence. If you need to move your screen around so you can see everyone's picture on the screen, I'm having to do because on my screen, Jack's cut off. So I moved it over to the left. Now we can see Jack. Next, we've got Sarah Lesser, Zachary Lott, Daniel Malenbon. We've got, now I gotta move it over this way, Kendall McCoy, Aiden McMills, Jaime Moran. We've got Olivia Pavel, Caitlin Poland, Nathaniel Rodriguez. We've got Daniela Stockton, Justin Ty, and Savannah Whitman. And rounding it off, Alyssa Yang and Patrick Zhu. Now we're gonna pause just so I can share with you how the peanut gallery is enjoying popcorn. While we're awarding, they're eating popcorn. Okay. Next up, we've got some people who've received their pin. So to receive a pin, you have to have earned a letter. And then if you earn 100 points the next year, you get a pin. So if you get your letter as a 9th grader, you can have a letter and then earn 3 pins to go on that letter. Our varsity pin recipients this year are Tyler Alvarez, 1 clap. Cassandra Baber, 1 clap. Ainsley Berryhill, 1 clap. Elliot Henrissy, 1 clap. Josh Perkins, 1 clap. Mateo Spina, 1 clap. And Lucas Winton, 1 clap. Congratulations, pin recipients. All right, we're going to move on to some class awards now. So the first award we're going to give out is the Clovis North Educational Center Most Improved Freshman Musician. And what we're going to do, people who receive an award, we've got all the awards made out, and in the next 2 weeks, we'll drive around to your houses and we'll drop these off. So you'll get like a special ride around from us. We'll keep our social distance and give you an award. So the first award, the Most Improved Freshman Musician, this goes to a student who we noticed right from the beginning of the year was consistently a hard worker, sort of went above and beyond every time. If we finished marching band rehearsal, this student would take some extra laps around the field on his own just to try to get better, constantly practicing, first one ready to go. And we're just real proud of his progress throughout the school year that we had. So through March 13th, remember the last day of school this year was Friday the 13th. So our most improved freshman musician this year is Raphael Kildarian. Big round of applause for Raphael. Good job, man. All right. Next up, our most outstanding freshman musician goes to a young man who's extremely talented, works extremely hard, played in multiple ensembles, did some honor band stuff. One of the things I was most impressed with was when we would do some sight reading throughout the year, some challenging stuff in wind ensemble. This student was kind of like sight reading some really challenging stuff. So we are really happy to present this year's outstanding freshman musician to, I should have had sound effects ready to go, like a DJ. Could have done a drum roll here. Jack Lawrence, outstanding freshman musician. Way to go, Jack. Moving on to the most improved sophomore musician. This student stood out early on in the school year. I was walking past a rehearsal and I heard some sound going on, and it immediately caught my ear, and I turned around and went, who the heck is playing that? And I looked to see who it was, and I went, oh my gosh, it's that person. And throughout this school year that we've had till March the 13th, just kept getting better and better and more consistent, and is really developing into a leader. So we are all very proud of this young man. Our most improved sophomore musician this year is Jacob Kleiser. Way to go, Jacob. Good job, buddy. Next, our outstanding sophomore musician. We have a really talented sophomore class. This was a really difficult decision to make, and Mr. Gabrielson, Vargas, and Dewhurst and I spent a lot of time talking, and we actually, in our heads, were making charts and going toe-to-toe on who this should be, just because of how talented our sophomore 10th grade class is. This student was in the all-state band. This student's just a leader, an amazing musician, kind of always ready to go. So if we had a drum roll, we'd play the drum roll. And the outstanding sophomore musician for this year is Alex Waters. Congratulations, Alex. Good job, man. Okay, next up, here we go. We've got the half year in review slideshow. So this should work. Okay, I've got shared computer sound. So thank you to Mr. Neufeld for putting this all together. Dim your lights, and here we go. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear the sound. Okay, cool.
place under the sun. There's a song on the Sahara wind that lifts you to your feet again. The dances on the clockwork stars that pulses through a beating heart. Tapes. Nice to know my kind will be on my side. I don't believe the hype, and you know you're a terrible sight, but you'll be just fine. Just don't believe the hype. Yeah, they might be talking behind your head. Your exterior world can step off instead. It might take some friends and a warmer shirt, but you don't get thick skin without getting burnt. Nice to know my kind will be on my side. I don't believe the hype, and you know you're a terrible sight, but you'll be just fine. Just don't believe the hype.
Nice job, two-section band and the Bronco band.
No, I don't know which way I'm going, but I can hear my way around. No, I don't know which way I'm going, but I can hear my way around. No, I don't know which way I'm going, but I can hear my way around.
Okay, big thank you to Mr. Neufeld. Big cheers for Mr. Neufeld. So it looked and sounded great on my end, but I guess it was a little bit choppy for you guys. So I'm going to get a link to this. Mr. Neufeld's going to put it on Google Drive, and I'll send everybody a link out so you can watch it in sync and with good streaming rate. Okay. All right. We're going to move on to some Color Guard awards. Our first Color Guard award is the Most Improved Color Guard Performer. This student just went at it all the time and just came with tenacity, no excuse kind of attitude, and just got better and better and better through the entire year. We're just going to cut to the chase and say that this year's Most Improved Color Guard Performer is Abriana McCoy. Air hands, give it up for Abriana. Great job, Abriana. Next up, we have our outstanding new Color Guard member. This student works extremely hard, has such a great attitude, and works. Hold on, I gotta pause for 1 sec. This student just works extremely hard, cares about the whole Color Guard, tries to bring the group together, is willing to help whoever needs help. And this year's outstanding new Color Guard member is Olivia Paval. Yay, Olivia. Woo! Moving on to our outstanding Color Guard performer. This student gives 100% on the floor all the time, super enthusiastic about Color Guard, lives Color Guard, breathes Color Guard, dreams Color Guard, performs Color Guard all the time, just a consistent hard worker, great performer. Congratulations to our outstanding Color Guard performer this year. Crizel Guansing, yay, Crizel. And our last Color Guard award is this year's Director's Award. So this award goes to kind of the overall outstanding member of the group, someone who leads by example, just tries to help everybody out all the time, is always ready to go, provides outstanding performance, and is always striving to do the best job they can do. So this year's Color Guard Director's Award recipient is Cassandra Baber. Congratulations, Cassandra. Yay! I feel like we should have some commercials in here, and when we get up to when I'm going to announce an award, I could say, and we'll let you know after the break. Okay, next, moving on to our junior class awards. This year's Most Improved Junior Musician is a young man who does a fantastic job consistently, and in 10th grade was a pretty good musician. I think this year we would agree that he got more serious about playing and more serious about just being a great person, someone who leads by example, and we're really proud of this young man. So our Most Improved Junior goes to, after the break, Connor Beckett. Congratulations, Connor. Way to go, buddy. All right. Moving on, we have a jazz band award we're going to throw in here right now. We have an outstanding jazz band musician who is a junior, and this person lays down the law and keeps the band together at all costs. A talented young man, not just in jazz band, but across the board as a performer, a leader, and a musician. And we're really proud to give this year's outstanding jazz band musician to Daniel Neufeld. Congratulations, Daniel. All right. Next up, we have the Outstanding Junior Musician Award. This award goes to a young man who epitomizes great musicianship and is prepared pretty much all the time, always thinks he can do better, which is true, but really always comes out ready to play, has represented our school and our band program at other events in the best way possible. So congratulations to our outstanding junior musician. Pause. Caleb Brosnac. Congratulations, Caleb. Moving right along. This goes way faster online than it does actually in person. We're not having like wait for people to walk from the back of the room all the way up to the front, even though it's really cool to see you guys in person and shake hands and give hugs and stuff. So next up, we've got our outstanding senior musician. We've got a couple of these to go to give out. This first person we kind of knew in elementary school. I think the first time, Mr. Vargas, you can say yay or nay. Was it fifth grade the first time we heard this person play, or was it sixth grade? I don't remember. Fifth or sixth grade, we heard this person play at Bud Rank Elementary School. And we just kind of knew then that this person was going to be a great musician, and he's going to go on and continue to major in music. And I think the sky's the limit for this young man if he takes the music bulls by the horn and makes it happen. So congratulations to an outstanding senior musician, Josh Perkins. Great job, Josh. Okay, here we go. Next, we've got another outstanding senior musician. This goes to someone who's been a great leader. He's been eager to learn, real helpful to everyone, just has a great attitude all the time. You really never have to worry about this person understanding their part or performing with a lot of musicality, always having a great attitude. So another outstanding senior musician goes to Brandon Brownell. Congratulations, Brandon. All right. Next up, we've got the Bronco Spirit Award. So these next three awards, these are the most prestigious awards we hand out here at Clovis North. This Bronco Spirit Award, this recipient's going to get a plaque. They're going to get a little Bronco paperweight thing that they can stick on their desk if they so choose, and then their name will be on a plaque that will be hung up in the band room. And the Bronco Spirit Award goes to someone who we feel epitomizes what it means to be a member of the Clovis North Band, someone who we would gladly clone a zillion of because they get what it means to be dedicated, just be a great leader, someone who leads by example, and is also a great musician. So we're really proud this year to give this year's Bronco Spirit Award to Ainsley Berryhill. Congratulations, Ainsley. We'll let the clapping go on. Yeah, good. Keep clapping. Give it up. All right. Next up, we've got the Louis Armstrong Jazz Award. So the Louis Armstrong Jazz Award, they're going to get a plaque. The certificate's on the other side here. Their name will go up on a plaque in the band room. They'll get a little paperweight Louis Armstrong thing as well, and then they get a little lapel pin if they want to wear it on their suit coats or whatever. The certificate says, in recognition of outstanding achievements in the field of jazz as demonstrated through superior musicianship, character, and individual creativity, we're allowed to give this award to one student each year, and it's one of the most prestigious awards you can receive as a musician in a high school. And we're proud to give this year's Louis Armstrong Award to Connor Hazelrig. Yay, Connor. Woo! All right. And next, oh wait, Connor, yay, Connor. There we go. Sorry, I got ahead of myself. Okay. And the next one is the John Philip Sousa Band Award. Again, they'll get a plaque with a certificate in it, little paperweight thing. Their name will go up in the band room wall, and they'll get a little lapel pin to wear if they so choose. This says, in recognition of outstanding achievement and interest in instrumental music, for singular merit in loyalty and cooperation, and for displaying those high qualities of conduct that school instrumental music requires. We're extremely proud of this young man. He's been an amazing leader and an amazing musician all the way back in junior high school. This was another one of those students who we remember in junior high just being so eager to be a part of the high school band. And he's really set a high standard of excellence here. So we're proud to give this year's John Philip Sousa Award to Carson Kimber. Great job, Carson. Congratulations, man. Oh, I did it again. There we go, Carson Kimber. See, this just made it so you could get 2 rounds of applause, one for here, and then when your picture went on the screen. All right. So, where are we here in the presentation? Okay. Now we're going to move on a little bit to thinking ahead to next year. So first, I want to thank our leadership team that we had this year. I want to thank our drum majors, Carson and Ainsley and Aiden. I thought they did a great job. I thought our section leaders as a whole this year stepped it up like we haven't seen in a few years, and adding some leadership positions. I thought we started the year off really strong. So we are now going to show you who next year's drum majors and section leaders are going to be. I don't remember if this is all on one screen at one time or if it does it one at a time. So let's see, you may get it all at once or you may get it a little at a time. Here we go. Oh, cool. So next year's drum majors are Aiden McMills, Reese Curtis, and Jaron Jamito. And then our section leaders are Skylar Hazelrigg, Sarah Ellsbury, Alyssa Yang, Jordan Del Torre, Caleb Brosnac, Patrick Zhu, Xander Miller, Daniel Neufeld, Tala Benitez, Sydney Litzen, and Cassandra Baber. I'm looking forward to work with all these guys to make the band the best it's ever been. We are going to still have some field crew members, equipment crew, attendance crew, librarians. Here they are. You can look at those names. And then if you're not on this list, but you are interested in being part of the field crew, equipment crew, attendance crew, or librarian, send me an email here and we can talk about some possibilities for you to do that. Okay, next thing we're gonna do, we've got a little 2020 show preview. So we're all hoping that band can happen as band is supposed to happen. We'll talk about that in a second. We're not giving everything away, but here's just a little taste of what might happen. So thanks to Sean Glide for providing some of the music here. And then thanks to Caleb for putting this little snippet together. So here we go. I think. Maybe. So it seems like we might be having some technical difficulties. Raise your hand if you could not see anything other than 2020. Okay, so let's do this. We're going to try something else. New share. Okay, can you see raise your hand if you can see a YouTube screen now. All right, let's start over. All right. Put your hand if you can hear sound. Okay, so we didn't give it all away. I think we just gave the right amount. So that's what's in store. Hopefully, we're sure hoping that everything can get back to about as normal as we can get to here to get things going for next year. So we're all moving ahead. We're going to have a meeting with the staff here in a couple weeks to sort of talk about plans for the summer. Before we finish talking about next year, I want to take a second to just congratulate all the seniors who are graduating, or I guess who sort of graduated. Can we give all the seniors a big hand and thank them for all the work that they've done here last couple of years? Give it up for the seniors. Great job, guys. We're really, really super proud of you. We really wish that we could have spent the time with you that we wanted to spend finishing out your time here in high school. It's weird to think that our last concert was in December. I never thought we would be saying like, oh yeah, the last time we did a concert together was 5 months ago. Um, it's just been really weird to think about that. Myself, Mr. Vargas, Mr. Gabrielson, Mr. Dewhurst, we really miss all you guys a ton. You don't know how weird it's been to not get to make music with you every day. So I just can't wait for the time when we can do this stuff all over again. And I hope that when we get back together, we all have a sort of stronger appreciation for the gifts and the privileges that we've been given to be a part of this whole thing together as a group. I want to thank Mr. Vargas for putting together this slideshow, this whole presentation. So he's the technology whiz here who found all your pictures and put it all together. So thank you, Mr. Vargas, for taking care of that. As far as Bandcamp goes, if you came in and checked in instruments and things, you should have received a tentative fall calendar. If you didn't, I'll post that on Google Classroom so you can see it. I'm not going to go entering things into charms until we know more about what the year is going to look like, but I'll have that hard copy thing that will go on Google Classroom so you can check out. We should get an official notice by July 15th of what we're allowed to do in the fall. So, sorry, what we're allowed to do for August. So by July 15th, we should either get the okay or the not okay or the you can do this for Bandcamp. So hopefully by July 16th or 17th, I'll be able to send something out saying, all right, here's what we're going to do. It would be cool if they give an okay before that to allow us to do some things in July. And if that's the case, then you'll get some information from me where I'd like to try to do a 1 or 2 night a week sort of get together where we can have some sectionals at school, or maybe even do some playing together in some larger groups. But we're not going to do anything until people say it's safe to get together. And sorry, we have the fly hatch in the office today, so there's like 20 flies flying around buzzing the tower. But by July 15th, we should know some hard dates as far as what we can do for band camp. And then I'm hoping, keep your fingers crossed, that we can start the school year sort of all together again. If not, we're going to come up with a plan where we can hopefully have some in-class meeting time, at least in small groups, and make music together again. Last thing I want to say about this year that we had is just a big thank you to everyone. We had lots of challenging conversations this year, and we had lots of challenging issues happen this year. And I just really want to thank especially the parents and especially the students for your support of Mr. Vargas, his family, and for all of us here. You're all really special. Man, I can't even see your faces and I'm doing it. You're all just really special, and I'm just real thankful for what we've created here and how great a gift music is in all of our lives. So thank you for your work this year. Thank you for all your support. And if you want an award, you'll be getting an email from me or a phone call from me here in the next week. We'll figure out some time when we can drive it by. If not, I really just can't say enough how much we all miss you. And it's apparent that you guys are in the same boat. So keep enjoying that Coronacation. Congratulations, seniors. And we'll be together again as soon as we can. So that wraps up this year's online Corona COVID award ceremony. Enjoy your Friday and your weekend, even though it all feels like a weekend right now. And we'll see you guys again soon. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.